Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to a brand new series. Today we are going to be taking a look at Chaosgate Demon Hunters. So I don't know too much about the game. I play 40k, I don't play any of the Imperium factions, but as far as I'm aware this is sort of like a Grey Knights XCOM style thing. So it's going to have sort of team building, tactical decision making, hopefully some upgrades, some resource management. And that's absolutely the sort of thing that I really enjoy. Is anything with upgrades always makes me happy. So I'm not really sure what to expect. It's my first time playing it through. We're going to just see what we can figure out as when it goes. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this too. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Let me know if this is something you want to see more of, or if it's something you think I should just play in my own time. For now, I'm going to be doing probably a few videos on this at least, and seeing if you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I'm just looking to get on with it and get straight into things. If you enjoy this, please do hit the like and subscribe buttons. Let me know in the comments below, like I said, what you think. And if you really want to support the channel, the best thing you do is head over to the Patreon in the description. But for the moment, let's jump into a new campaign. Okay, so new campaign, slot. What have we got here? Difficulties. So merciful. I mean, I'm probably going standard, so this is less wound recovery time, wound penalty is less severe, enemy HP is easier. Standard. Ruthless is harder by a lot. Disables manual saving. No thank you. We don't need to worry about DLC too much. I'm just going to go with standard. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm not going to analyse anything. I'm just going to go with standard and start whatever this is. You know, it does sound XCOM-y. I've played some of the old XCOM games years and years ago, but again, I'm not particularly familiar. Okay, photosensitivity warnings. That's always good to know. We can skip that. I will be looking, if the volume seems a bit skewy in a moment, I'm going to be stopping and checking the volume once the actual gameplay begins. I can tell at the moment that I'm significantly louder than the game, but I will be double checking it, so just in case something doesn't sound quite right, don't worry, I will be checking this through.
It is the 41st millennium.
Maybe it's too loud.
For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth.
Yes, the Emperor's a weird
Mankind
dude.
wages a never-ending battle for survival against the demonic power of the Chaos Gods.
Okay, yeah, we know that much.
One force is humanity shielded from true darkness.
Is it Grey Knights?
The Grey Knights.
Yeah, there we go.
This secret chapter of Space Marines are the
I didn't even know they were
Imperium's
secret.
defense against that which the Emperor foresaw would be its greatest threat. Humanity's blade against the demon.
Okay.
For him, the grim darkness.
Good old grim dark.
Future.
There is only war. So, I'm familiar with 40k, but I don't follow much of the lore, so much of this is probably going to be a surprise to me. And hopefully, if you guys haven't seen it before, you can learn from it as well. So, let's see what we've got ourselves in for. If it feels like telling us. It does seem to be... Ooh, Shrine of Gaheris?
Unidentified Astartes vessel. This is Captain Pirani Everick of the warship Holiness of Ra.
Great name, Holiness of Ra.
Lost. Repeat, Gaheris is lost. All Imperial vessels are to withdraw at once.
Oh, is this going to be what's called Exterminatus, where they blow up the entire planet or something like that? Berthok, Forge Rune Deimos.
Astartes vessel, do you read me? Gaheris is doomed. Please acknowledge this warning and...
You have done all you can, Captain. Go, in the Emperor's light.
Aggravate.
cannot sail
Okay.
into this storm.
We do what we must. Farewell, Captain.
He's definitely a little bit scarred up there. He's looking a little bit worse for wear. It almost looks like pustules on his face, but it looks like... Ooh, that's terrifying.
We cannot maintain this orbit for long.
Dispatch the assault team at once. I will join them and put an end to this myself.
So he's a librarian because he's got a book above his head. As is all standard 40k fare. Librarians must just only look after one book. It just sits above their head. End of. Don't need to know any more information. These are they tech priests, are they?
The assault team is
I don't play any Imperium factions at all, so.
for your arrival.
Here
Okay.
I stand, one unbreakable shield against the darkness.
He seems pretty confident.
Tonight the Cadium falls, Hector. Our quest is finally near its end.
And that does look awesome. The whole like corrupted, sort of exploding planet, and the Grey Knights just firing themselves in at the last minute. Yeah, we've got it. Purple lightning. Oh, are we? I'm guessing maybe that was a deep strike or a teleport or something like that. This feels like almost Baldur's Gatey. Your armor value protects your knight's health and regenerates at the beginning of their turn. Okay, so I imagine that's like a, say like protects the first 3 damage per turn or something like that. That'd be useful. Can we click anything to get other options? No, we just get one tooltip. Maybe it will trigger on its own. We'll see it in a moment. I'm really curious as to how many like upgrading things there are, because that's something I really enjoy in these sort of games. If you can find ways of being like, make one dude really tanky, one dude like a glass cannon. Because unfortunately, if I remember rightly, I think there are no female Imperium sort of Marines of any kind. There's just the Sisters of Battle. So when I say dude, it is going to be blokes. I think it's largely just because Games Workshop didn't want to have to print female models, and then tried to come up with like a lore description for it back in like the 80s or 90s, and it's like, well, it's a bit late to change that now. We've been sticking to the same story for the last 30 years. Maybe we've probably got a little bit of too far to change it, but they have definitely got some awesome female-based characters now. Like the Sisters of Battle are so over the top. They're just like emo space nuns who just pray entire churches onto the battlefield, and like they just send like a church from space down in a shuttle to onto the battlefield for them to pray in. Ooh, bit of volume here.
Report.
We have cleared a path through this chaff. Our target was
Through this
there.
chaff.
Time is against us, brothers. We breach the cathedral.
Region. Okay, so this just pans. It's not movement. Okay, so we've got an idea now of what the volume's going to be. So I'm just going to actually just pause this for a moment, check the volume, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, we are back. The volume does seem to be okay, so let's see what we can work out from here. Move melee attack. Select a destination within 5 spaces per AP. You can simultaneously select a target for a melee attack in an adjacent space. So we just could position our cursor here like it says and press left to select it. Okay, so this is 3 AP. Here's the AP stat here, action points. So we've got 3, so this is basically as far as we can run, it looks like. And confirm.
Ha! Deluded saints.
Ooh. What are these? So I'm assuming we're probably mostly against chaos and demons and cultists and things.
Advancing into cover.
Okay, full cover. Reduce damage from range attacks by 100%. What of this? Oberon Palamedes. So we're going to move here. So he's only at half health, it looks like. Characters gain 3 action points each turn, can be used for movement, attacks, and abilities in any sequence. Select range attack, or we can press 1 to do so. And choose the cultist and see what we can deal to him. So, press left click to shoot the target with a storm bolter. Damage can be affected by distance and cover and other factors. Or range attack, shoot a target, range 10 to deal 4 damage. The other option is Cybolt. For now, we're just going to go with this. We'll see what Cybolt is in a minute. We'll learn about psychic powers. And then, okay, Palamedes Stormbolt has 0 ammunition remaining. Reload it so you can continue using it. Interesting. For some reason, I hadn't even considered reloading as being a potential mechanic. You just don't think about that with Marines, Space Marines. And this is Ulrich Iolanthus. So we're going to head over here, just like it tells me to. A nice speedy little run there. I'm going to guess, yeah, we're doing the same thing, range attack and killing this cultist. We shouldn't need to do anything other than this. So it doesn't look so far like there's been hit percentages or anything like
Dispense
that.
of that heretic with your blade.
Gunderis Uther. So we need to move here.
No quarter.
So click again to target them. So what does Force Strike do? Oh, it's a different option. So, ability disabled anyway. Strike an adjacent target to deal 6 damage. Either way, we're going to run in and slap him with our sword. I'm assuming they attack back, or do they just do that next turn?
You're out of cover, Uther. Trust in the Aegis.
Okay, Aegis Shield provides a bonus temporary armor for 1 turn. Each point of armor absorbs 1 damage before HP is lost. If your knight has permanent armor points, they're restored at the beginning of their turn. So, add a little bit of extra armor here, and we're going to become a little bit more tanky. Okay, so that's going to hit our armor. Okay. Yep, we can take a bit of damage off us, so we deal more than just a bit of armor. Ooh, Overwatch. Sets a firing zone. So I'm assuming that just means that we take damage if we act within there, by the looks of things. That actually, the tooltip went away quite quickly, so... Yeah, knights acting within will be shot immediately.
Time stands against us.
Move your camera into the cathedral to see inside it. Oh, okay, so we can breach inside there. What's this? Pillar? Target all units in a line over range 5, deal 5 damage. So apparently we need to move him here. I'm not sure why, but we'll breach this door. This is like breachable terrain in 40k is absurd, because it just implies that a random dude can run through a wall, but a vehicle couldn't. Okay. So, hazardous objects are identified with this icon. They can often be interacted with to your advantage. Target all units in a line over range 5 to deal 5 damage. So this is a good line for us. It can deal with almost all of them. Oh, it's got a little guide for us there anyway. So we're just going to knock the building down. There we go. Truly a pillar of society.
Advance and deliver retribution.
Yeah, so we need to kill that. So the fact that this guy's melee makes me feel like I don't want to do this, but I guess it's what we can do. And just melee it. Oh, okay, we've got grenade. Target blast attack at range 10 over area 2 to deal 5 damage and knock back. I was going to say, this looks like we want to be knocking these back. So this will hit both of them and knock the Overwatch out of range. Nice little slow-mo animation there. Wrath. Oh, it just straight kills them. Okay. So I guess we just killed that then. So, and didn't we have one more guy left? Yeah, so he wants to sit here. Do we get to Overwatch now? There we go, yeah, we can set Overwatch over here. That seems pretty safe to me. And then I imagine we're probably doing the same here. And just setting up 2 different routes of Overwatch through the door. Yeah, as a tower player, big fan of Overwatch. So obviously our leader over there is going to struggle, but I think he's probably fine considering he's the toughest. Okay, so that's quite a lot of damage. It's not just a little bit. Ooh, we might actually be losing a character though. Oh, do we only get to Overwatch once? Okay. We've lost 2, maybe? We'll recover in 3 turns. Okay. Yeah, I think these look like bloodletters to me. I'm not quite sure if that is what they are, but from just sort of visually alone, they look a little bit like bloodletters. Adjacent enemies with melee weapons automatically strike if you move out of range. Ignore reaction strike and set your waypoint towards the inner sanctum. Okay, if you tell me to. I take a little hit. Rotato to get a better view. Your knights also have powerful abilities that can cost both AP and willpower to use. Unleash a rolling wave of force that devastates all enemies in your path. Knockback and armor break. Oh, it's weird that the mouse doesn't line up with where I want, but this will do. So let's see, this looks like it should kill them. I mean, that looks cool. I love these little, like, ward things around it. Okay, so this guy's a badass.
End that demon, Palamedes.
Engaging now.
Suffer the pinned affliction which penalises AP. Attack the bloodletter. It is a bloodletter, yeah. That didn't do anything. As the auto defense parry, you can cancel the first melee attack against it. Attack again. Okay, so we can use multiple attacks.
We cannot lose
And then
another battle, brother Iolanthus.
here we're probably just on the
Demons
shooting.
must be destroyed.
Oh no, we're attacking a different bloodletter here. Ooh. Disable melee weapon, inflicting raged or stunned. Successful critical strikes and melee attacks allow you to damage one of the enemy's target points for an advantage in combat. Select the torso for a bonus +2 stun. I mean, I would have been doing that anyway.
Return to the jaws of your master.
We can go stun the bloodletter. It will always be crit by next attack, giving you access to easy precision targeting. So we can just go again. Enemies destroyed all knights gain +1 AP. Awesome. I've got an achievement for Executioner. That also means that over here, yeah, there we go, we can act again and attack this. You can enhance most attacks with psychic power for 1 willpower. This is called a 4 strike for melee attacks and grants +1 damage. 4 strike it is.
Excellent.
Turns out the Grey Knights know what they're doing. We want to just go here, follow the instructions. This feels a bit sort of Diablo meets XCOM, I guess. Swap to your next available Grey Knight. I was going to say tab feels like it should do that.
Reinforcements. Palamedes, resuscitate Uther.
It can heal others during combat. So we heal the injured knight. Confirm. I wish we could heal ourselves, but maybe the others can do that. I do think Grey Knights are quite a cool faction. They're one of the ones I would consider if I was going to go for Imperium, but I think I'd probably be going for Custodes first. Reload your ranged weapons. This is like the medic one.
Your resolve is commendable.
Okay, so where do we want to go here? We're hiding back here again, okay? Recovering from critical wounded, only have 50% max HP till the end of the mission. Can only recover once per battle. Okay, Uthar's gonna hide here. And reload. I like the reload mechanic actually, it seems like a good way of using action points for if you can't attack.
There's a breach in the wall ahead.
Wow, this dude's just sprinting. Iolanthus, run away. Or run forward, into the breach once more.
I will breach the inner sanctum.
We really are just leaving each other quite a long way away from each other. This feels very odd being this separated. I'd probably feel like I'd want to work individually, but hey, this is what I'm being told to do. It's what I'm going to give a shot at. I mean, is that the corn symbol, I think? No, maybe not. Maybe corn's the extra points. Here's a good old pockmark. Well, thank you for your contribution, I guess.
Very cool.
Agravane, that's it. I need to remember the names.
Millions of souls feed the flame. The threshold is passed.
That feels very much like a demon. Probably should not have the mouse in front of his face.
Your ritual is ended. Relish this breath, for it is your last.
Ooh, I'm not happy with him.
Blood for the blood god.
Oh, it is corn, there we go. Blood for the blood god. Okay, so this is where it's going to get a little bit difficult, I imagine. Yeah, so reinforcements coming here, and our captain or librarian over is fighting a boss over there, so I bet you it also leaves us to our own devices. Grey Knights and power armor can leap great distances, jump over the fissure simply by moving to the other side. Okay, yep, so we're just running through. Okay, so he's coming to join the big battle.
I will show you true wrath.
What are we suggesting to do here? So this looks like something I want to avoid, so can I get to like here and fight? I mean, I think this looks like the actual fight. hang on, that doesn't look like it's going to deal that much damage. I mean, I know this is a beginner boss, but that seemed like very low. Yeah, so we're going to go with Overwatch over here. Confirm that, and we'll do the same on this side. It's almost like it knows what it wants me to do, and I figured it out. So these two are holding the line, and we're going to just keep fighting in the middle ground. Go on, big demon. Agravane versus basically Emrakul, as far as I can tell. So, deal with some of this. Ooh, we're going to lose a knight. That's not ideal. Yeah, he's dead. There we go. We've lost a knight, potentially forever. Oh no, that will recover in 3 turns. This one may not make it in range. Oh, it can. And is this the dead forever?
Our brothers have brought us precious time, Islanders. Flank that
Has indeed.
fire at will.
Okay, so set the waypoint. Set another waypoint. Okay, so we can arrange multiple movements to avoid things if we want to. And then this obviously a range attack here. We might as well cybolt if we can. Oh, currently disabled anyway. Okay. So Big Chungus over here is awkward. Right, so where do I want to go? I could just do the Dragon Force through Fire and Flames. I think we're probably better off just... Oh, is it telling me this is what I need to do? Are we just... It looks like we're just going full metal. Oh well. I would have been trying to avoid the flames. But if we know we're gonna... Yeah, this doesn't look good to me. Is this like a scripted loss? It looks like it may be, but... If this isn't a scripted loss, I've just misunderstood what it wanted me to do here. Because I thought it was telling me not to go around that way. For the Emperor. Oh, of course, I'm just still here. And now this kills it? Okay. I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe he just picked me up and slammed me around and I was just about enough to survive.
Pathetic mortal. Weakling spawn of a false.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know 40k, if I remember right, the Emperor they talked about at the beginning is basically an old dude that sits there and they feed him the souls of 1,000 sorcerers per day to keep him alive, and he doesn't actually do anything. People just interpret his wishes. Got a Thor moment there, a bit of lightning talking about a hammer. Killing a big dude. This is like a Thor versus Surtur.
Beaten me for now, little knight.
Little knight.
The war I fight is eternal.
Okay, we're probably seeing Emrakul again then. But for now, we get to relax in our weird little book-based armor with our face augmentations. Okay. This is the weird looking thing, isn't it?
Then the blood ritual has ended.
The blood ritual.
Where is that report?
So this is us sort of sneaking in at the last minute after war, and we're trying to just
Where is
stop
the
the
commander?
demon summoning.
He died in Champion's death.
Oh, he's dead. Great. I just spent all this effort trying to remember his name.
That was blasphemy.
That's not good. Well, Agravane died in not vain. Ooh, video just went a little bit stuttery then. I think it looks like the recording goes a little bit strange when there's loading screens, which is a bit odd. There we go, we've got the victory. All I want to see is like an XP screen, but I don't think we'll have that quite yet. Your commander has fallen, but all is not lost. The Grey Knights are powerful, genetically modified super soldiers. They can sustain injuries that would kill a normal human, but they're not invincible. Your knights each have a special resource called Resilience, which indicates how many critical wounds they can survive over the course of the campaign before their injuries require their remains to be returned to your home on Titan. As your knights rise in rank, they'll eventually earn more resilience. Boons are beneficial effect that lasts for a limited number of turns. Okay, so we have got, you know, like development, character development. So there's going to be like an XCOM style thing, I imagine, where things just sort of gradually boost up over time, and we can start like starting to feel things like super OP, or just like get like a nice little synergy going. And then it's probably going to be a permadeath game. Let's be honest. I think we get that impression already from the look of it, and that would not surprise me. I think you can get some Terminators in this as well, so let's see what we've got. Lots of black, slightly longer loading screens, so for anyone impatient, I apologise, you're stuck with me just talking through these for a little while. Hopefully it's not going to be too terrible. For anyone who's wondering, in real life I do have two 40k armies. I play Tau and I play Genestealer cults. So Tau is something I collected as a child, as like sort of a young teenager, and it existed in my parents' attic, and a couple of years ago got it back out again and have been really enjoying it. And Genestealer cults was because I enjoy playing tricksy armies, and picking one that's got, you know, about as many different tricks as possible was absolutely something I was probably going to end up doing at some point. It was that or an Eldari faction or Drakari. I ended up going with Genestealers just because I'm a Xenos player at heart. I couldn't resist. Okay, more gorgeous red flamey lava-y atmospheric stuff. A ship with guns that are tracing on things that don't exist, possibly on boulders, meteors, that sort of thing. And we're off. Leaving the big exploding planet. Nice little stripes there. Makes it look more like a marble than a planet. Ooh, what's this?
A long campaign.
Oh, it's like a war table. Hector.
Victory at the cost of the commander's
Creepy Lunette.
Alive, he was ever a faithful servant to the Emperor. A true hero.
True hero indeed. Killing Emrakul or Erakul.
In death, at least his duty has finally ended.
Probably.
possession. This ship
I'm
remains
pretty sure that
in
in
crisis.
40k there's
Conflict is
dreadnoughts that
seriously
are
damaged.
dead people that are basically forced to carry on serving in death
Matters
in like giant metal mechs.
Ah, yes. That is why I have invited our guest.
Am I the guest?
You have appointed him to take the commander's place.
That's probably me.
No one else suitable survived the campaign.
Falsehood. You also live.
My
Oh,
apologies,
yeah, Hector.
Captain Commander. The priests of Mars do not understand our knightly oaths.
What's that thing from Mars? So is that like AdMech then?
Our men and stores.
'Cause I know they do,
severely
like,
diminished.
Forge World stuff,
Your
is it?
task is to lead us for the voyage home. It is a simple duty, and once we return to Titan, I will bring the future of your command to the chapter's Grand Masters.
Okay. All we've got to do is get us home. Sounds easy.
What advice I can.
I will also support you with counsel and service.
Thank you, creepy
But
Lunette.
remember, the baleful edict is my chief concern.
I mean, that sounds like a magic card to me. Oh, is that the ship's name?
We sail for Titan.
The Baleful Edict.
Commander.
Let's head to Titan, home of Thanos.
Strike Force Xiphos.
Yeah, it is the Baleful Edict. With the fall of Commander Agravain, you've been promoted to provisional command of the Baleful Edict for your journey back to Titan. It should be a simple duty, but you'll need to manage our limited resources and respond to any threats we encounter along the way. Strike Force Xiphos is at your disposal.
Commander.
Okay.
Please join me in the Strategium.
The Strategium it is.
One of our battle brothers has proved himself.
This is very
worthy.
40k
Let us
aesthetic
honor his
everywhere.
deeds.
Okay, I'm guessing this is an upgrade thing. Ulrich, it was a solid dude. Who have we got here? Purgator, Apothecary, Justicar, Interceptor. Don't know what most of those do, but let's go with this Justicar guy.
Brother Ulrich is a talented Justicar. Please decide where he should focus his training to support you in the field.
Okay, so abilities. So he's the
With
swordy
every
guy.
promotion,
Oh
your
my
knights
goodness.
gain 2 ability points, which you can use to expand their capabilities.
Quite a lot of things going on here. Oh, you can upgrade to Terminator armor, did I just see? Hang on, where do I... How do I get to Terminator armor? Okay, so what have we got here? So, armor and shield. So this is... Oh, it's these. So there we go. So this is willpower gains +2 willpower permanently. Can now equip Terminator armor. Cyborg gets 1 damage. Gets 4 HP permanently. I think I want to start with Terminator armor. I just want to have a really big tanky dude. Let's go with Terminator armor and maybe even just an additional... Oh no, this is Aegis shield. Gains additional armor. So... But what else is up here? So this is... Fortress. Target a knight in any range, transfer all of its armor for 1 turn. Interesting. So we could just make him super tanky. And then what's this side? We've got knights to gain AP, extra war gear slot, 2 AP and 1 will point. You know what, I'm just going to go with Aegis Shield getting more armor for now. Let's confirm this.
Confirming this promotion will apply your ability choices to Ulrich, permanently increasing his rank.
Yes. Thank you, Ulrich. Now what I want to do, if it will let me... Ah, we don't actually have any Terminator army, do we? Oh.
Excellent.
That's probably not ideal.
Finished. Please join me at the start.
We've gone to the effort of making sure he can equip Terminator armor, but we don't actually have any.
Our ship is in dire need of repair. We had best set a course for Titan and debrief the Grand Masters.
Okay, we need to set a course and choose
Issue
destination
the
with
travel
left.
order to begin our return to Titan.
Holy Terror Titan. Travel it is. This thing just looks like an entire floating fortress. I love all the little spikes and things. Yeah, we're definitely getting some jumps when there's cutscenes and loading screens and things, but bizarre, because we should be fine with our PC, but I mean, it's not the best thing in the world. Anyone who feels like super generous, feel free to buy me a new PC. I really wouldn't expect that, don't worry. I'm just here to enjoy myself. Hopefully we don't come across too much trouble. Can maybe justify getting into one more bit of trouble. In fact, depending on what happens here, I may have to cut the video fairly shortly. We've just had our little intro, getting the hang of things. But it depends on what comes up next and how much interaction we get. Ooh, something's happening en route to Titan. Kuromar Astropathic Junction. Yep, there's our big space fortress boat. And... Ooh, in the name of the God Emperor.
Who is this interloper?
Is this going to be like a Sisters or... It sounded female, this could be Sisters of Battle.
Baleful edict. Prepare for my arrival.
Okay.
Commander, we should open a Voxling.
It's definitely female, so this surely must be a sister.
Permission granted to come aboard.
Inquisitor. More loading screens. Okay, so I definitely think I've made a mistake in upgrading whatever his name was, Ionatha, whatever, because I've given him the ability to equip armor that we don't currently have. Probably a waste of resources there, but to be honest, we do get additional armor on our spells, so that could be quite fun to just make him the frontline tanky unit. He's already sword based, so I think that could be actually a really sweet thing to do, is just make a full-on just beefy frontliner, protect us the whole way through. I love these just church-like things. Oh, also the guys standing up in there in the pillars, they must be like Grey Knight heroes of some sort, or just even just statues of the different types of Grey Knight. Okay, what have we got? I'm half expecting to see like, it's not going to be like a Sisters of Repentia or anything like that, but it could be like a, what they call, ooh, okay, who is this?
Thank the God Emperor I found you. I must commandeer this vessel at once.
Oh, good. Oh, that's a little like servo skull, isn't
We
there?
are bound for Titan. The edict cries out for repair.
The tech priest speaks the truth, Inquisitor. Our last crusade bled us dry.
Inquisitor.
I'm not blind, Knight. But heresy does not operate at our convenience.
That's a hell of an
My
outfit.
destination is
Studs
Coromar
on one
Prime,
side.
within this very system. Not such a taxing journey, I'd expect.
Okay, so we're not far off. We just need to go there and do an entire fight.
Beneath rotting skies, the air thickens with
An astropath.
seeds planted in
I don't know what that is. I'm guessing
watered with blood,
some sort of psyker.
tears. A warrior alone in the garden of the breeding god.
These are scraps of astropathic whimsy.
There's more.
It spreads. A great dispersion.
Is this going to be our first interaction with some of the demon races or factions or whatever it is? The Bloom.
Then Coromar, then world after world. Its roots spread from an ancient veil. Inquisitor, hear me. Hear me. Hear me.
Tends the garden.
Who tends the garden?
I think that was probably supposed to sound more
The
grandiose than it
Astropath
did to me.
sacrificed himself to
That I
send
don't
that
really know
message.
what's going on.
Now you understand why we must investigate.
Commander, we cannot risk further damage to this vessel.
It is the chapter ship, Dominus. The Inquisitor has every right to request our support.
It is not a request.
Commander, with your leave, we will set our course for this Coromar Prime.
Oh, absolutely. We're on board for this.
That will do for now.
You're welcome. We've got 3 people stood around the table and an empty gap where I assume is where I stand from a lore perspective. Big purple space hole, yep. Found our way to Coruscant.
Corruption site detected.
Okay, so worlds affiliated with disease. Oh, it's Nurgle. Of course it's Nurgle. No wonder the growth. Nurgle's like the sort of smelly, rotten demon sort of thing. Some level of Nurgle corruption, but it's higher than anticipated. We should investigate this further.
If we do not investigate this threat, the consequences will be dire.
Low levels of work corruption can lead to increasing amounts of unexplained phenomena and mutations, especially if a plague is involved. You must make planetfall immediately. This planet exhibits some signs of some unknown plague, but its hold over the populace is not yet firmly established. We should seize this opportunity to purge it from the system completely. Mutation level none. Warp surge risk 15% per turn. Oh my goodness, what is all this? So 2 unknown minions of chaos. The Bloom strain carries a theme of plague and disease. Warp surges introduce foul affliction to hinder our knights on the battlefield, while our foe obtain mutations, help them resist our powers. Favoured mutations resistance bonuses, favoured warp surges cause afflictions.
Commander, it is our duty to support this Inquisitor, but we should complete this task as swiftly as we can. The Grand Masters on Titan are waiting for our report.
Okay, so the mission reward... objectives kill all enemies. I can understand that. Enemy reinforcements 2. You'll be rewarded for the indicated resource for successfully completing this mission. And corruption 0. You know what? I was really considering ending the video here, but I actually think getting one more battle in might just be worthwhile. Get 2 things in. One where we actually control things fully rather than just a tutorial. And see what happens.
In the upper atmosphere, but
Plus I'm enjoying it.
surface itself is silent.
A lot of story so far rather than
Plague,
anything else.
Commander. Send your squad to the surface.
I'm assuming it'll obviously pick up a little bit.
Knights of Titan, you
Knights
are
of
the instrument
Titan.
the Emperor's will. Make planetfall and discover if the Inquisitor's fears are founded.
Yes, Ektar. For some reason, it reminds me of some of the
Should
characters
evaluate
from
your knight's armaments
what's it
and
called?
ensure they
Asterix and
best
Obelix.
suited to the battle
Obelix.
at hand.
Okay, so press left to configure its equipment. Oh, we can go to loadout now. Melee weapon.
The Nemesis Force Halberd can inflict a preemptive first strike on an adjacent enemy. I suggest you equip this weapon.
Okay,
Choose
so
which halberd you would like to equip. Your
Ooh,
options will be
3 different
limited
versions.
until we return to Titan.
So I wish there was an easier way to look at them side by side. So this is just 1 damage to this melee attack. If an enemy moves adjacent, it has a chance to strike automatically, 25%. So same here, but we've also got 5% crit chance. We can activate to add 1 damage, and that just says plus 5% crit, of course. And this is plus 1 additional damage applied on a crit. So we've got crit chance or crit damage. I'm going to go with crit chance because there's no point in having damage if we don't have any chance to crit. So we're going to go with Darrig's Reach. And then go back. It'd be good if we had... ooh, wow, we might actually have other options as well, which is quite cool. Let's go armor types. Yeah, okay, we do have access to Terminator armor. So, Terminator armor. So what is this armor? The power armor is plus 0. You can climb obstacles above their height. Terminator armor is plus 2 armor and immune to knockback. Effects from enemies of equal size. There we go. Terminator it is. Awesome. I love that. Range weapon. Storm bolters. Okay, so we have got some. Darrig's bolter is additional crit chance. And this is crit damage, yep, so we go Darrig's bolter again. And we've got war gear slot. Servo skull, we've got target a knight at range 10 to heal 5, so this is the healing one. We've got frag grenades, blast area, potentially knock things back. We've got plus 2 max willpower. I think for now, I think we want the other things to have the heals. We're going to be up close and personal, so we're going to equip the grenades. Oh, that's what we've got already. There we go. So we can look at these. Ranged weapon, side cannon. So again, we're just going to equip the crit version. We'll go with armor types, power armor. That's fine. That's all we've got. And for war gear, I think we do the same. So this one, the Volred Storm. Also just Darrig's bolter. Ah, okay, so we can't do that. So you can have forgiveness. I didn't know if it was going to be unique or not. Damage to melee attack and crit. It's probably that. Falchiers. What's this? Does 4 damage, 10% chance to crit. That's the same one we just did. Demon Hammer was 4 damage and 2 damage to the attack. I think the hammer. Let's go with the big hammer. And war gear on this one can be. In fact, with this one, no, keep misclicking. Let's give this one the servo skull. And then lastly, we've got. Oh no, the apothecary should have the servo skull. What else have we got here? Range weapon. They're both equipped, so that's fine. Armor's good. Melee weapon. I'm going to guess a. Ooh, strike an adjacent target for 3 damage. Warding stave. Can trigger Aegis shield at the end of the turn. Nice. Okay, let's go with that. What we are going to do though is just quickly go back to this guy and change the servo skull out, probably. You know what? No, I'm going to leave it. I think this is exactly the setup that we want. 1 Terminator, 3 dudes, 2 with servo skulls, 1 with a grenade. We've got this. It sounds like there's only 2 enemies, but I'm not 100% certain. Hopefully this doesn't drag on too long, because I did want this to be sort of just a nice little finale to the first video, little intro, maybe a little bit longer than standard one. But it depends how long the missions are. Affliction's negative effects that generally last for a limited number of turns. Yeah, so this does seem like the thing I'm going to enjoy. I actually used to play Dawn of War 2, I think it was, and it had a similar sort of thing where you had your characters, you could upgrade them with different weapons, and you start, you know, getting really attached to them, and I really like the idea of doing the same sort of thing in this. I think it's Dawn of War 2, it might have been Dawn of War 1, but either way, I'm probably going to be having some favourite characters here and trying to just work out how to keep those being as effective as possible. I really like having a tanky unit, so that's why I've gone for Jonathan. Why I've gone to make Jonathan a tank, because it's just very satisfying, and at least we do have Terminator armor.
Have your men look for signs of this plague.
Be vigilant, brothers.
We will be. So this is Iolanthus. So he's just going to run straight up. He's super termy.
Steady and surely we hunt.
Ooh, what's this? Okay, something's going on there. We'll just shield ourselves over here. I kind of wish this would go a little quicker. This can go just back here and hide, and then the last one I'll probably use something similar. Just go down here. So this is probably all we want to do for now. Enemy turn. Bloom rises. Not terrifying at all.
Yes, come on.
So how far forward can we go? Let's go up to here
Position.
and see what we find. Ooh, okay, they know we're here.
We are the swords of justice.
Can we can actually get straight into this and force strike to kill one of the cultists immediately with our big Terminator, which is pretty solid. What about, where can this go to get, like, I wish we had a way of seeing lines of sight. Let's go here and we can go for a shot on, okay, let's just go for a shot on one of these, I think. Maybe we're a bit lacking, actually. Can we do that now onto this? Oh, I don't know if we actually got the attack done or not. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's go with move. I think again we're just going to go here. Oh, this because this is all of our movement. That's why. So if we go to like here instead,
Moving now.
can this then shoot? We can, so let's just go shoot this. May as well sidebolt, we don't have much else to do here. Okay, so I'm glad it's not like a percentage thing. Maybe we should have tried to make our Terminator a bit more tanky, but okay, they're running away, which is good. Okay, we've got a bit of healing here, so that probably lives. That guy rather probably lives. Okay, so they're just running away loads. Sure. We can probably heal most of this damage, I'll be honest. Okay, setting up an Overwatch there, that's fine. So let's just... How much willpower do we have? 4 out of 5. We can just do this here. And I believe we should have enough for another attack. There you go, that's the end of that Overwatch. We can servo skull here. Okay, who had another good range weapon?
Moving out.
Oh, maybe if this can even get another kill. Oh. Let's just run and attack this way. Smash his head in with a hammer. Which is pretty fair if you ask me. Go for another attack here. I don't think that quite killed it, which means that we can also just range attack and deal with it in that respect. Okay, so that's a good round of killing. And then I guess we just move forwards. Let's just run him forwards as far as we can and see what happens. This may be a dying guy, but we've got a Terminator. What is this? Okay, it doesn't matter what it is. We can't do anything about it. Oops. How far can you move? Like here, which is pretty decent. Nice little run. Send the Terminator all the way down here. I think we're going to have to go this way, which is awkward. And then this one's going to just run all the way over here. I think that's all of our activations, and we're like halfway through. Okay, so there's another thing up here. I don't like this bloom rising thing. It's not encouraging. So can we see the map a bit better? So there's one down here and a way up there. But there's also stuff over here. So let's run this way and see what we find. Okay, creepy melee knife guy.
Wait,
got it.
that creature.
Inquisitor, we have seen the dead walk in this way before.
As have I. Poxwalkers are evidence of warp corruption. This is no natural plague.
Oh good, an unnatural plague. Just what we always wanted. So this is obviously the good choice here to just end this. This unit can go here and
Do not obstruct
continue by shooting one of
I
these.
will follow proper protocols.
So let's just walk here first and then try shooting. Oh, maybe we're a layer down. Oh, we just actually used everything. Okay. So how far back here can we get? Let's try this and see if we can shoot from here. Any of these? So we can shoot this. We might as well sidebolt it, see if we can get any extra damage done. Awesome. Okay, now the same here. What is this? Why can't I click on it? So we're going to run up here and see if we can shoot this direction to kill that last one. Oh no, that was our movement. Okay. Luckily this is our tank. We should have still put our shield here, but... Oh, the Poxwalker exploding. Oh, that's not good if they're exploding. They might really hurt me. This is a very... Okay, fast. There we go. So we need to find ways of killing this stuff. So we can just start by killing that. Only because we can attack multiple times, can't we? So we'll just attack multiple things. And then we'll do the same to this guy. Oh yeah, we forgot about that. We'll kill this Poxwalker. And then... Oh, a little knockback there, that could be useful. Especially with a... In fact, we could just go in and kill it.
A satisfactory effort. Now return with my
An
carcass
ill
and
omen.
set to work.
We will deliver them to you as soon as containment is properly confirmed and sanctified.
Be swift about it. If this plague has already spread beyond this planet, then we will have far more ground to cover.
Yes, Inquisitor. So, have we got more to cover, or is that the end of the mission? Oh, we've done it. I thought there would be like where that other marker was. I thought maybe there'd be more enemies to kill there, because the mission was to kill all of them. So I guess now we see what the servitors do. When the warp surge meter hits 100%, a warp surge will occur on the next enemy turn. I'm guessing maybe that's like a limit break or a buff or something, but yeah, so it looks like we get, was it 15 servitors, so maybe they're here to craft things maybe, or upgrade stuff, or heal us, or maybe we expend them, maybe they're just useful dudes, who knows. I have absolutely zero clue what servitors do. I just know they turn up in 40k sometimes, and are probably quite helpful because I've heard of them. I don't know the lore otherwise, so let's see what the Inquisitor's about to say. I'm sure she is the true voice behind whatever we're going to hear next. Oh, got blue bands. The dudes are back. I mean, they do look kind of badass, I've got to admit that. Kill all enemies. 15 servitors and no corruption. Okay. Ooh. So he's out for 22 days. That's not a deal. We can't promote anyone. So I guess we just confirm.
Mission objectives achieved, Commander. Our guest wishes to speak with you in the Libris.
Okay. So I think this is a really good point to stop for now. I think this has been a really good start. We've had some tactical gameplay. We've got a couple of upgrades. We're getting ideas of how things work. We're going to need to get better at using the abilities. That's going to be something that really will stack up. So I'm going to want to be doing as much of that as possible. But all in all, I'm intrigued. We've got a good start. It seems like a really solid game. So hopefully this translates for the rest of it, and we can start buffing up our units, getting really OP, and that'll be a great bit of fun for me and for you guys as well. If you've enjoyed this, please do hit the like and subscribe button. Join us over on the Patreon in the description. Hit the like button, but most importantly, I'd love it if you could comment. That really does mean the most to me when I see those comments through. I love reading every single one of them. And more importantly than any of that is thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.